What's up, everyone? Let's draft some best ball teams. Just entered a best ball mania, waiting on one more to start. Hey, best ball mania, it is what, 81.5% filled. So, got a few more teams to go as we wrap it up this summer. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this in the future, make sure you're subscribed. I've got a goal to hit 500 subs by the start of the NFL season, and we're getting close. So make sure you're subbed. Help me get there. Got less than 2 weeks to go. Some of the last preseason games were today. Got a few more tomorrow, and still some moving pieces, some ADP movement to take advantage of. Maybe we can draft some teams we haven't gotten to before in this Best Ball Mania tournament. Let's get right into it. Let's hit the intro. I'll see y'all on the other side. But overall, it's like the guy can ball. Like, actions speak louder than words. What's up, everybody? How we doing? We got Emo Cowboy in here. Yes, sir. Some late night cooking. We're getting after it. Winning the flex with Nick Bach. What's up, brother? Yeah. Is it a serious question, or am I being a little facetious there? We all know Drake May is the truth. So let's draft some Drake May tonight. He's on the thumbnail. See if we can make it happen. We can manifest it. Got DB in the house. Boop. On real time. Hashtag 0RB is dead. What's up, Dad? How we doing? Yeah, we killed it. 0RB, we killed it. But also, let's draft some 0RB teams and ship this tournament. We're not just drafting best ball teams tonight. We're going to be winning tournaments. Amon-Ra, Neighbors, Puka. Neighbors, a little bit injured. Let me go Amon-Ra. Combo tool. I don't have Amon-Ra Neighbors. Maybe he falls with some injury scare. I don't have Amon-Ra Genty. Well, there goes Neighbors. I don't have Amon-Ra with Derrick Henry. I've got some options. So Derrick Henry or Genty could be, well, there goes Genty. It's not this one. It's going to be a standard start. Let's see what we can get into. 0RB for life, says Anthony. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How we doing, Anthony? Hope you're having a great Saturday. Hope you're doing well, buddy. There goes Genty. There goes Derrick Henry. So what do you expect? Let's roll the Genty clip. And just like that, the Derrick Henry drafter takes Lamar Jackson, pick 13 overall. So I'm going to get somewhat of a unique combo here. I mean, not really, but come on, combo tool. Let's go. Brian Thomas, a bunch. Drake London, Bowers, AJ Brown once, Chase Brown once, Jonathan Taylor, Bucky. It's just going to be Brian Thomas again. If Brian Thomas and Amon-Ra is what you need, I got a bunch of these guys together. Bucky could have been interesting there. But Brian Thomas at pick 16, sign me up. Too easy. Pull up Jacobs. Not a bad call. Best ball on call. Yeah, I probably would have pulled up Bucky or could have done Jacobs. Either one. I feel like I'm not there yet to get super unique. This is how many do I have left? Let me check real quick in the lobby. So including this draft, I'll still have after this draft, I'll have 27 more to go. So I've got a little bit of time. Essentially, I'm going to draft every player twice in the first round, but twice more, plus or minus. So there's still some time to get unique. I don't know if we'll see what kind of fades, slight fades we're taking on a guy like maybe Genty or Henry, who goes in the first round here, but not always a first round pick. Puka, slight maybe a little bit on Neighbors, but not really. Yo, what's up, Paulino? How we doing, brother? How's your Saturday going? What have you guys been drafting? You've been ripping these puppy fours? It's my first draft of the day. Getting after it with the best ball mania. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Vote in the poll. Do you think Drake May is the truth? Do you think he's the answer? Or is he just another guy? Everyone's pretty hyped on Drake May. So I'm excited to see the answer to this poll. JSN going pick 26. Tyreek Hill 25. Kyron pulled up to 24 with Jamar Chase. I think that's interesting. If you need a Chase Kyron combo, why not? Bowers makes it to 22. McConkey to 27 is criminal. That's wild. And then McBride at 28. I've seen him go. I've taken McBride at even like 31, 32, 33 before. You get real lucky. Kittle goes at 29. So this room's doing some different things. Very interesting what I'm seeing here to start. T. Higgins makes it to 31. Like, what's going on? Yeah, Jacobs never gets pulled up. That's so true. What's up, Billy? Lamar at 15 was wild. 13. There we go. The slow draft hell. I'm back on the clock for me with the Monron Brian Thomas. Jaden Daniels makes too much sense. Let's pull him up here. Boom. Third round, Jaden Daniels. Takes the pressure off having to land both Goff and Trevor Lawrence. I can get one of those two guys, and I have Daniels to be my real QB anchor. Considering the elite tight ends were gone, I wanted to grab an elite quarterback. And then I think it's a pretty flat tier for me. The wide receivers that are going to be available between pick 40, 34 to 40. I think I can get a wide receiver I still like as a wide receiver 3, whether it's Adams, T-Mac, Worthy, maybe even pull up Pickens, depending on who's there. Garrett Wilson's been falling. Devontae Adams has been falling too. Otherwise, I can switch it up, go with like a James Cook. Travion Henderson makes a ton of sense. Yeah, the slow drafts. That's why I haven't entered any slow drafts for over a week now. Even more than that. When the Eliminator was closing is the last time I entered 2 slow drafts. So I'm done. My slow draft, what were those things called? The $40 hounds. They're not the Hound 2, like the original Hound. Those are just wrapping up. So Pickens goes. I could do Devontae Adams or Worthy with the next pick. Otherwise, James Cook. I think I'm going to go either Devontae Adams or Worthy, build out a true 0 RB start. And then I like the options that usually come back around. Yeah, McLaurin gets taken there. Sometimes you hate to see it, but I get Devontae Adams here, which to me feels pretty good at pick 40. Not too worried about the Stafford issue. I think it should be just fine. Adams can still deliver. Either him or Worthy, can't really go wrong. Maybe you could argue Worthy there. The Husky, that's what it was. Yes, sir. It was a Husky, the Hound. The Husky. I just wrapped up some of my last Husky picks. We can see. And then here's my drafts. Here's like my slows right now. So that Husky just finished. Little Dak, Herbert, Tua action. I got Malik Washington with my last pick. And then the other couple of them are actually, some of them are still, a few picks left to go in those Huskies. And then 2 slow elims there in the middle. So I'm only doing a few slow drafts, and I wasn't going to enter any more. So I'm like way done with those. Yeah, I like to land one to be flexible, and then I just love Jaden Daniels. Like this is his season, right? We saw what he could do as a rookie. He's coming into year two. He's so prepared. And what's the difference? A sophomore slump for a quarterback. Not Jaden Daniels. The dude is getting rave reviews from his coaching staff, from his peers. They upgraded the offensive line. They upgraded the weapons. Smash. We were talking to Ben Gretsch on Monday night on the Ballsy show, me and Bindles. And it was super fun. Gretsch got me really excited about Jaden Daniels. His ballsy take was Jaden Daniels is QB1. So I'm all in. Yo, what's up, Nick? Yes, sir. Yeah, what else is going on in these preseason games? Y'all give me the news. Let me know what's up. What did you guys learn today? What's the takeaways? The injury fallouts from the last 24 hours of games. What are we seeing? Okay, I'm back on the clock. I could do Chuba Hubbard. I could do James Conner. I think I'm going to go RJ Harvey there. And then I'll see who comes back around. Really a bunch of good options. I've got a lot of good options for what comes back around. Yeah, what's up? Deal me in. Hello. How we doing? Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great weekend, man. Oh, no way. Yeah. Because I was trying to think. I was like, who do the Patriots have going on there? You know who I was kind of rooting for is one of my boys, one of my Longhorns, Sam Ellinger. He's the backup quarterback for the Broncos. He's fighting for that gig. So he looked pretty good in his final game. That was interesting. He's a mobile quarterback. He can run the ball in. He's decent. He had some crazy pocket evasion, and then he threw like a touchdown, like a fade, kind of like and a little nice. It wasn't really like an end zone fade, but he kind of like was fading as he threw it off his back leg. And then the receiver came back to the front of the end zone and snatched it out of the air. So that's kind of fun. Yeah, it's gonna be Maye, no doubt. I'm back on the clock here. Deebo Samuel available. Yeah, they might as well. Tommy DeVito didn't look too bad, did he? Deebo Samuel or James Conner, Pacheco, Matthew Golden. For me, it's got to be Deebo Samuel to complete that stack that I have with Jaden Daniels. So I am going 0 RB essentially. Through my first 6 picks, I've got Jaden Daniels, RJ, Harvey, Amon-Ra, Brian Thomas, Devontae Adams, Deebo Samuel. So the wide receivers, I mean, the bye week bros are standing outside my house right now with pitchforks and torches, and they're upset because I took 3 straight wide receivers with the week 8 bye. But what are you going to do? Have I got my other 3 players all have a week 12 bye? So what are you going to do? But this team, I'm going to be chilling at wide receiver for quite a bit now that I've got this combo. Really fun. I mean, a week 17 matchup at Minnesota, smash game, right? Brian Thomas at Indy seems fine. Of course, Devontae Adams in Atlanta on Monday Night Football in week 17. Incredible game. And then Deebo in Dallas, or at home against Dallas, stacked up with Jaden Daniels. Let's do it. The RJ Harvey games against Green Bay, Jacksonville, and Kansas City is not the best playoff matchup, but let's just bet on talent and a good offensive line, a good offense with the Broncos. I'm in. Yeah, DeVito, like he's good enough to be a backup, right? He's good enough to be a backup, but what are you going to do? Yo, what's up, Mark? How we doing tonight? Hope you're having a great Saturday. Thanks for popping in. Hampton right now, Harvey, Caleb Johnson, and Bill. Wait, you have Bill? You mean Bill Krosky Merritt? Let's go. Okay, and Bill, 12-team PPR team, as many running backs. Is an issue that they're all rookies? No, I'm cool with that. I treat Hampton and Harvey like they're not going to get the rookie treatment. Hampton, we know Najee's been out, right, with the whole eye thing and all that going on. So we're all in on Hampton. They're not treating him like a rookie. Harvey, he's going to have to earn it over Dobbins, but still, it's a completely different role, I think. And I think Harvey's a smash too. So you see me take Harvey there at pick 57 overall. I'm in. I think he'll be set there. Pick 81 coming up. I might just do. I kind of want to take my guy. He lines up perfectly with the Monroe St. Brown in week 17. Let me see if I can get both. Let me get a little bit greedy here. Well, people have figured this out. I'm going to go ahead and take. I'm going to take Jordan Mason there, my guy, and then force everyone else to decide if they want the tight end. I mean, none of these guys have tight ends, so it's pretty risky. They could just take Hawkinson. I might get lucky and be able to get Mason and Hawkinson. But if it came to getting one or the other for this team build, it just felt better that I would lock up the running back here, Mason, and then grab a tight end if it made sense, if it's there. If not, I could do something like Jalen Warren. Tyrone Tracy. Don't love it. Jaden Reed is kind of who I would go to if Hawkinson goes. We see Andrews go, so that's something lining up in my favor. Just have to get past these two teams' next picks. I'm going to assume Hawkinson's gone. I'm going to hope that I can get maybe Jaden Reed as my 5th wide receiver. But even then, I don't really need the wide receiver here. I kind of need to prioritize running back. So I'm thinking back, maybe I take Jalen Warren. All right, can we get lucky? Can we land Hawkinson here? So, there we go. Let's get Hawkinson here. Boom. Perfect setup. So what I was thinking there, Mark, on your team, yeah, you've got all rookies, but Hampton, Harvey, they're going to get a ton of snaps, a ton of playing time, great offenses to start. Caleb Johnson's going to have to work in. I'd worry about him having flex appeal early, but he should take over eventually. Bill, we're all waiting to see, right? So I think you're good. Let's go. Deal me in. Did you get some nice teams in that first quarter tournament? And what you got going on this weekend? Just been drafting some teams. You've been touching some grass, or you've been in the lab cooking up this first quarter tournament strategy. Let me know what's the play there. I didn't enter that tournament, but I saw some people getting excited about it. 14% Debo. Yeah, I'm getting my Debo up. Let's see what my Debo exposure is here. I'll use my best ball overlay tool. I'll go over to my Debo Samuel. I'm at 9% in best ball mania. And I had a slight fade on him for half the summer, more than half the summer. So I'm really playing catch up at Debo. But anytime I'm taking Jaden Daniels, let's bump Debo up about half a round. And I pretty much already have him ranked in the middle of round 6. So let's go. What else? Nothing crazy in this draft after we saw Lamar Jackson go pick 13 and some players get pulled up a little bit. I'm good at QB for now. I'm going to consider Goff or T-Law around 129. I need to figure out where that Travis Hunter drafter is. He's here. Travis Hunter drafter's right in front of me, and he's got Mahomes. So he'll pick at 128. He gets to decide my fate. Do I get Trevor Lawrence or not? Otherwise, the drafter with J-Mo is here. He's got Josh Allen and Mayfield. He probably won't want Goff if we're lucky. The Laporta drafter has Burrow. He's here. So then Goff coming back around. I mean, he's going to have to pass those guys too. It's rare that would happen. Gibbs drafter has 2 QBs with Hurts and Kyler Murray. I'm almost back on the clock. I could do, so at pick 105, I could do Ja'Cory. And I think I'm doing it here. So let's just get them. I don't have a whole lot of them. And I get the whole team stack with Jaden Daniels. So pick 105. We take none other than Bill. And just like my friend Mark here, I've got 2 rookies holding down my backfield. Otherwise, next pick coming up, 112. I'm gonna push QB. And I could even get bailed out with McCarthy, Trevor Lawrence, or Goff. So I'm gonna push that. I'm gonna take another running back if I can get one. I don't really want ETN. He's definitely a good team fit though. I don't know if I can do it. It's tough. It's a tough spot to actually want to go running back because ETN's there. I could just take Kelsey and call it a day at tight end. But then I don't get a chance to get Ertz later, which maybe I want that. Okay, Kelsey goes. That makes it a little bit easier. I think I'm going to go Luther Burden and then just be a shot caller. And ETN, we'll make it up later. Tootin's better anyways, is what we're leaning. So I'll take my shot on Luther Burden as my 5th wide receiver stud. And also gives me access to that Sunday night football game in week 17 in Santa Clara against the Niners. This team is a 1-3-5-1 through my first 10 picks. Let me see if I can get lucky, and I'm pushing one of these QBs to come back around for me. Let me see what y'all are up to here. Yeah, you can't have those 4 QBs, right? Then you end up being the Browns. Nobody wants that. Yeah, that's right. What's up, Cobra? Yeah, hell yeah, brother. It's so funny. Everyone sees what they want to see in the Bill highlight from last week in the preseason from week 2. It's like if people want to see that it was a wide open running lane and he didn't get touched, that's what they see, and they say, "Oh, the offensive line is just good. It wasn't even him." And then people who want Bill to be good, they're like, "Oh, he scored that touchdown." So, but I'll take a shot on a 9th round rookie running back that was going pretty heavily undrafted to start Best Ball Mania. So on a team where I'm stacking up the Commanders as it is, makes too much sense, right? Yeah, Andrews did get pulled up to that Lamar drafter. It makes a lot of sense there. I see Goff go at 114, Maye goes 116. Make sure y'all vote in the YouTube poll. Do you think Maye is elite or is he just another guy? And then hit the like while you're here. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, help me out. Subscribe to the channel. I'm on a mission to hit 500 subs before the start of the NFL season, and I'm counting down the numbers. And we're like within 20 subs getting there. So I don't think we can do it tonight unless y'all just completely show me some huge support. But I would appreciate it if you do hit the sub. Come say what up in the chat. We've been drafting best ball teams all summer. We've done over 600 drafts. We've done high stakes. We've done redraft, dynasty, rookie drafts, dynasty startups. We've done it all. A ton of best ball drafts. And so we're honed in. Come jump in here. Ask your fantasy football draft strategy questions. Really sharp community. We have guys like Anthony from Best Ball on call in here. You saw Nick Bach in here earlier, the emo cowboy, many others. We got Nick Frieda in here tonight, a bunch of sharps. So if you got questions, hit us up. Let us know what you're cooking. We're getting after it. Can I get Trevor Lawrence? He has to get past this guy right here. So I think he's going to take Trevor Lawrence. And then I might just go and pivot and go running back if he does. He's going to take Trevor Lawrence. He took ETN and he took Travis Hunter. He has 1 QB. He's going to take Trevor Lawrence right there. Called it. So we called our shot. Let me go ahead and take Bashal Tootin. Pick 129. And then I can see what's going to come back around to me. I could do Love. It's just kind of hard to backstack. It's not terribly hard to backstack Love. I could take Stafford later. Would make some sense. Caleb is gone too. Love goes. I mean, I wasn't like set on Love. Hell yeah, Nick. Nick sees it coming. He's been in these streets before. He's a sharp drafter. Yo, what's up, Brandon? Okay, we're gonna dive into Brandon's question right after my next pick. Whoa, Eckler at 132. We've seen Eckler rising up, but appreciate you being here, Brandon, and the question. We'll jump right back into that. Let me make this next pick because I really got to figure this out now that I've missed out a little bit on QB. Do I take Stroud at 136? I don't think so. I think I just push it and try to take these later guys and then backstack them. So what I could do here is play into my strengths where I've got a nice wide receiver room. Take another wide receiver here. I could do another tight end. Kincaid Ferguson, take Brandon Ayuk. Yeah. I'm going to go Ayuk here. I've got Hawkinson holding down the tight end spot. Let me see what comes back around. Ferguson could have been nice for some correlation week 17. I'm not going to force it. I don't feel like I really need the second tight end that badly. Ayuk, though, 136. I can cover him with these incredible wide receivers that I have when he comes back, hopefully before week 8. But then I've got a nice piece there. Correlates with Luther Burden to week 17. And come on, he's a stud, right? Let's get him healthy. Let's get him back out there. Good team, 49ers. Want exposure to good teams. I'm going to push Blue. I think Blue's falling a ton. People are worried about his ankle injury. Not me. I'm buying the dip. And we'll just see like who comes back around. Let's jump into Brandon's question. Let me know in the chat what you guys think for Brandon's question if we haven't answered it already. Yeah, Disbanded knows it. Dollar bill. Okay, so 14 team full PPR, 1 QB, 2-2-1. Picks 1 and 4 overall. A home league we draft. You traded some draft picks. Okay. Jamar Chase Lamb in Hampton or Jamar Gibbs in Hampton. I mean, I'm gonna probably take Jamar and then Lamb, and then you'll see who comes back around and try to get Hampton or someone like that. You can't go wrong with Gibbs. You can't go wrong with Gibbs, but you can't go wrong with CeeDee Lamb either. So that's a tough one. I think you're on the right track though. The third round is, and that's not the third. I guess you're saying maybe you traded your second round pick because you're going 1 and 4 overall, and then you're looking at a guy like Hampton. That's probably in the third round for you. In this draft, Hampton went at pick 32. So you're probably saying third round. Let me make this pick here. All the guys I wanted are gone. I'm going to go ahead and load up Rachaad White just in case. Otherwise, I'm going to grab Rachaad White there. I don't think his groin is that serious, but he's going to have a pretty limited role. He's got a ton of contingent upside value. Another good offense, getting some Tampa Bay pieces. I didn't love the tight end options that are available. I could just wait on Ertz, and I might just do that. Is kind of what I was thinking. Wide receivers don't really need anyone here. Running back, if I do it again, I might even take Spears. No, I probably think QB at this point. Well, the kind of the guys I was looking for. So Geno Smith goes there. Wasn't super interested in him. Don't have a way to stack it. But, Bryce Young was already gone. Cam Ward was gone. Cam Ward's been looking really good. So I definitely would have taken Cam Ward instead of taking Rachaad White there. We'll make it work. I think I do want to take Ertz and then just keep pushing QB. Spears could work. Tua is fine. I can backstack Tua in a number of ways. The problem is the week 12 bye, and I think I want to stop with 2 QBs in this build. So let's just nix that one. Cross our fingers on Zach Ertz. We see a Conquo and Mason Taylor go in between. Yep. ADP would say, go ahead and get one of your guys here. My rankings are about the same. I'll go Ertz for my tight end 2. And I got a 1-5-6-2 build through my first 14 picks. I need a QB at some point. I've already missed the QB pocket. We're pushing it. Can we get Stafford to come back around? the Puka Nacua drafter has 2 QBs, and he's on my right side. So I'm going to have a shot here at pick 177 to get Stafford. I might as well just do that. So let's book it. We'll get Stafford there. And then, yeah, so that's kind of how I'm thinking that one, Brandon. Yeah, I think so too. I think the Commanders' offensive line could just be dangerous. The offense could be really good. Ooh, okay, the 110 in a redraft 12 team with 2 running backs, 3 receivers, and 2 flex. At the 110, I'm hoping I can get Nico Collins. If not, sign me up for some Amon-Ra. Give me some Neighbors. That's kind of the range. You can get one of those 3 guys. That's how I would rank it pretty much. Nico first, and then right now between Amon-Ra and Neighbors, just coin flip it. The only concern with Neighbors is the lingering injuries. And hey, Amon-Ra had his knee scoped in the middle of the summer too, so not everyone's healthy, but I like those 3 receivers. Can't go wrong. I would have thrown Achane in the mix, but he's been dealing with the calf, and I think that's actually very concerning. The calf injury is what held out McCaffrey for like the first 9 weeks last season or whatever it was. So I don't like hearing that. Okay, Stafford goes 168, completely unstacked, except for the guy had Kyron Williams and also didn't take his first QB until Cam Ward. So that guy's kind of playing from behind. I've got some ideas. I could do Sam Darnold if he's there. I don't love it, but it would totally work. I could do Daniel Jones and backstack that too. But I'm going to go ahead and take a quarterback with my next pick just so I don't get stuck. And Horton's gone, which sucks. Horton would have been a fun way to play Darnold. But I don't need much. I've got Jaden Daniels, and I've got a big bet on the Commanders. So I don't really need much. I don't need like at all really anything from a QB2. Jerome Ford's another fun way to play this. I think he can carry the early season, maybe until Tootin wins the role. Rico Dowdle, Ollie Gordon, I like them both just fine. Do I like Ford enough to want to take him over Darnold? Probably not. I've got some. Maybe what I do is I've got some ideas. Actually, I'm cooking something up. Okay, I am going to go Ford here to chaperone these rookies, and that gives me my 6th running back. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't even know if I want Darnold. I might just take Daniel Jones. The question is, do I want to push him? I think I want to take him before my next pick because then I get Adonai Mitchell or Alec Pierce coming back around. I could take Daniel Jones and then just have him unstacked and then hope Daniel Dimes comes back around. And then I'm taking 7 wide receivers. I think I can do that. I drafted it in a way where I could just take 7. A little bit thin for week 8, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. 3-6-7-2 build could definitely work here. But do I push Daniel Jones? Because I think he actually fits this team better. Luckily, Sam Darnold opens the path up. Just take Danny Dimes right here. We have more information now that he's the starting quarterback for the Colts, right? So is he starting by week 12 when I need him to cover Jaden Daniels? Let's hope he better be maybe better for fantasy than in real life, and maybe not even that good for fantasy in the past. I've got the bring back with Tootin, and then I've got week 16 and also Brian Thomas Jr. in week 16 with Ayuk. So there's a good chance Pierce will be there. People have been sleeping on Pierce. I could even maybe get lucky and Adonai Mitchell's still available if I want to stack Daniel Jones. But I mean, Danny Dimes, with the rushing upside he has, you don't necessarily even have to have him stacked. Giddens going pick 188. So he's kind of risen up a little bit. People are more excited to take Giddens. Io Manner's definitely been rising. Same thing with Keaton Mitchell and the way he's shown out during the preseason. That's fun. Yeah, That's fun knowing those matchups in week 4, and there's no buys, so just draft healthy players and then good teams. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Jamar Gibbs actually, but also you could just say like with if you take Chase and CD, you can't go wrong. Yo, what's up, Hartman, aka Sharpman, my dog. Appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for the retweets. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter at FFB Garage. Make sure you're subbed, hit that like, vote in the poll, and follow my boys Sharpman, aka Hartman. He's also live streaming drafts, so make sure you check out his channel as well. And also, Best Ball on Call, aka Anthony, is also streaming some drafts. Two very sharp drafters and two guys that I'm in a lot of these rooms with and going up against in the Best Ball Barbecue Dynasty Startup League. Both those two guys are in it. And then me and Hartman, we're actually co-managing a high stakes FFPC Big Gorilla redraft league team together. So that's pretty fun. Wow. Okay. I might be able to get both Mitchell and Pierce. And then I would do the 8 wide receivers. So I'm going to go Mitchell first. He seems to be rising. People are a little bit afraid of Pierce, maybe the groin injury, although I think he's back practicing and everything should be fine. Mitchell's got a lot of camp hype, all the good stuff. Do I need no, I've got 6 running backs I feel good about. I'm going to stop with those 6. I'm good with the 2 QBs for sure. Rodgers is there, but I don't really have a way to play him. Pierce goes anyways, so now I got to pick my favorite last round player to go with Daniels and Dimes. I don't think there's any Dallas pieces left. I didn't really get one. I could take another tight end. Fryermuth's fine. Juwan Johnson, Dalton Schultz, Harold Fannin, all fine. I think Troy Franklin's kind of interesting. He's been rising up, getting some hype. He doesn't really correlate with this team in any major way. Blake Corum, Darquez Hunter would be nice. All right, what do I do in this one? Do I take one more shot at running back since I kind of have a thin running back room and I don't think I need the 8th wide receiver as much. And I don't even care about tight end. I've got 2 tight ends. Tight end doesn't matter. If I wanted the upside shot at tight end, I could take a guy like Harold Fannin. I think Corum or Hunter, a lot of upside there. I've got Devontae Adams already. Maybe take one more running back that can just win the league. Darquez Hunter, a guy I've believed in all year. I'm going to keep believing in him. One of my guys. I haven't taken him in a little bit, so this feels like it could be the draft to get him in, and I can team stack him with Devontae Adams. If this team gets to week 17, I've got 2 shots in that Monday Night Football game. I think I'm good with these 7 receivers, even though I've got 3 on the bye week 8. It'd be like Debo, Burden, Ayuk, Adonai Mitchell hitting the lineup. 3 of those guys in week 8. Probably sacrificing a little bit of floor if I don't take another receiver. I feel like Franklin doesn't correlate super well for this team. Tesla. I think Tesla was gone, wasn't he? Yeah, Tesla was gone. I'm going to get Hunter. Boom. I've been betting on this guy all year. Why stop now? I don't want to have all my Hunter teams, drafted in June and July. Let me get some in August too. So Brandon was asking earlier in the draft, like, hey, is it bad to have 4 rookie running backs on my team? Well, I've got Harvey, Bill, Tootin, and Hunter. I've got 4 here. But look at these offenses. The Broncos, the Commanders, Jacksonville, we think they're on the rise, moving in the right direction. Liam Cohen offense. Darquez Hunter. So I got Luther Burden. We need him to step up. I need Ayuk to come back sooner than later. Cover week 8 for me. What's the thought? Is Ayuk supposed to be back by week 8? Were we hearing week 6? Was that kind of the time frame? So maybe I take a little hit in week 8 if I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 options to cover 3 wide receiver slots. I at least have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running backs to cover those 2 plus the flex. So I feel confident. Maybe I lose some floor at wide receiver in week 8. But I don't have it, like, no quarterbacks, no tight ends on bye. So it shouldn't be the worst week. And then famously, I mean, How much money do you win in week 8? The answer is none. I'm getting a bad signal on the Wi-Fi. Let me make sure. Getting a bad Wi-Fi signal. Let me do something real quick. Then I'll finish reviewing this team. I mean, yeah, I mean, Gibbs with Chase is pretty sick, but CeeDee Lamb at the same time. 3 tight end team. I thought about it. I have stacked Ertz, and then I have Hawkinson, who's like borderline elite. So I don't love taking the 3 tight ends. I'd rather get more guys who can hit my flex in a meaningful way. And then, yeah, I thought about Tesla too. I have a Monroe, so maybe it's a bit of a bet against a Monroe if I don't also have Goff for like a huge team stack. But that's kind of interesting. No, you know what, Anthony, you know what it was? I don't know what's going on. If there's just too many devices on my network. We've got baby monitors on the Wi-Fi. We've got multiple, devices. If my TV in my bedroom all the way across the house is streaming Hulu or Netflix at this hour, it will drain the Wi-Fi. And I'm on the Ethernet. I'm like plugged into a router right here, but it just kills the signal. So I could tell my wife was watching Hulu because the Wi-Fi started acting up, or the Wi-Fi, the internet signal. Caught red-handed. This team's pretty fun. It's a big bet on the Commanders. Let's review this one. Let's review this team. Oh, I'm seeing a Dylan Sampson highlight. Looks like he's catching a nice little pass there. Breaks a tackle. So apparently Dylan Sampson was getting the start for the Browns tonight over Jerome Ford. It's preseason. Things happen, but very interesting. Something to keep tabs on. I've been drafting some Dylan Sampson. I want to get more. I've been drafting a lot more Ford, actually. And I drafted Ford in this one, so what does that say? But I need to get more Sampson, too. Let's review this team quickly. It is a 2-7-7-2 build with Jaden Daniels, Danny Dimes. I got RJ Harvey, Jordan Mason. So I built kind of a 0 RB build, and I took a bunch of volume and a bunch of upside swings at running back. That's the way I like to do it. I also have the elite quarterback. So if I'm going to build 0 RB, I want a lot of volume. I want a lot of upside rookie, running backs in good situations, good teams who can take over a backfield. We do that with Bill, Tootin, RJ Harvey. We got Jarquez Hunter in there. Ford and Rachaad White can kind of be some veteran consistency, maybe hitting the flex sometimes. Hopefully Jordan Mason can be the guy I think he is in a nice offense. Gives me a natural bring back against Amon-Ra on week 17, who I didn't get Goff here. I didn't get Trevor Lawrence here, so I'm a little bit glad I did take Jaden Daniels. I can use Brian Thomas and Bashal Tootin as bringbacks in week 17 against the Colts, where I've got Danny Dimes stacked up with Adonai Mitchell. Devontae Adams, couldn't land Stafford either. Got Debo stacked, so that's my third commander. Burden, Ayuk, Hawkinson, Ertz. So 4 commanders on this one, 2 Vikings, 2 Colts, and 2 Rams, 2 Jags. A whole lot of heart. This team, I like it. This team could do something. It's fun. And I still have, what's the number? I've got 27 best ball minis left, including this one that I just jumped into, and it snap filled. So let's jump over there, get into another draft. I'm in the 7th spot this time. Looks like we made it into a room without any other names I recognize. So in the middle of the draft, we'll see if we can scoop up some falling values. Make sure y'all vote in that YouTube poll. I think I'm going to close it out soon. Also, I'm going to see where we're at on the likes for tonight. I think I said 25 likes to get to another draft, but I'm ripping drafts tonight. We're getting some volume in. I've also added 1 sub since the stream started. So, hey, shout out to my new sub. If you're watching this and you haven't subbed yet, consider doing it. Help me get to 500 subs before the start of the NFL season. We got like 10 days left. And yeah, 17 likes, 17 watching. That seems good. We're doing good. I'm going to close the poll. 18 votes. It says, yes, Drake May is him, 66%. So 12 people. And then 6 people said no, more like top 20-ish. So just a guy. I think that's about right. I think we see Drake May going pretty aggressively in these drafts where his ADP is. He goes ahead of guys like Herbert, a known commodity. You know, he goes ahead of Stroud. He goes ahead of Trevor Lawrence. He goes right there, sometimes ahead of Goff. There's definitely the rushing upside aspect, so people are into that with May. I wonder if we're going to see May flip Justin Fields is kind of what I've been thinking of lately. Seems like it could happen. The Ben Griffin of fantasy football. Hey, that's a nice shout. I mean, Ben Griffin getting it done this year, right? Ben Griffin was looking good until he overdosed on creatine. Okay. So draft. I could either do McCaffrey, Collins. Let me see. We'll get one more McCaffrey team. And then I start alternating back to like Collins in this range. But I'll definitely do McCaffrey there. Monroe goes 8 in this one. Brian Thomas goes 11. So I feel pretty good getting Brian Thomas at pick 16 last draft. No doubt. Yeah, right. A quote from Ben Griffin of why he DQ'd from the BMW. He's like, I had a little snowball of creatine in the bottom of my bag, and I just threw it into the water, and pretty funny. But actually, I can relate. I've taken creatine. I take creatine like every day. I've taken creatine before on an empty stomach and like not enough water, and you start to feel kind of sick. You start to feel kind of shaky. So like that is a side effect. And if you take creatine every day and you go to your doctor and they test your blood and you don't tell them you take creatine every day, they will think you're dying, which is also pretty weird, but a true thing that happens. Okay. McCaffrey. I've never gotten him with Genty. I've never gotten him with Achan. Achan's injured, but this could just be the team, the combo that I need, that I want. I think I got him with Bowers before, right? So I've done the Bowers thing. Let me get him with Achan one time. Even with the Achan injury, that's why we're getting Achan at a discount here. McCaffrey can cover, and then, I mean, pick 18 for Achan seems totally fine. I am worried about the calf. I was saying it in the last draft. Yeah, shout out to Patrick Cantlay and Tommy Fleetwood. Let's see if they can hold off the one, the only, the current active GOAT, Scotty Scheffler, tomorrow at East Lake for the FedEx Cup Championship, the Tour Championship. It's going to be fun. So I'll be watching that a little bit. I got some big plans tomorrow as well. Hosting a birthday party at my house for my 3-year-old daughter. So that's going to be fun. It's a princess party. That's where we're at. But we'll have the golf on in the background for the dads, for the men. Okay, about to be back on the clock. And yes, I need a receiver. Is it Garrett Wilson? Is it Mike Evans? Is it Devontae Adams? Mike Evans fits this team very nicely with the Miami setup. So I'm going to go Mike Evans here. I also don't know if I have McCaffrey with Mike Evans. I do. I've done it. I don't have him with Garrett Wilson, but at the same time, I don't have Achane with Garrett Wilson. Whatever. Mike Evans it is. He plays Achane week 17. And then, of course, I mean, I think Who Hames is the one who keeps reminding me about the Dolphins and their secondary being like decimated. Tyreek Hill was there. I have Tyreek Hill pretty much nuked in my ranking, so I was not really considering Tyreek Hill there at pick 31. I have Achane. Let me hope that he's just the engine of the offense and the guy going forward you need. Where do I have Tyreek Hill ranked? I have him like really nuked down. I don't like the vibes, the injury stuff going on. I have him at pick 39, which he's never there at pick 39. So I'm really not drafting Tyreek right now. I've drafted him a few times already earlier, and I've got 4%. That seems fine. I don't want to fade a guy like Tyreek that can completely bury you. At the same time, I don't like the vibes. The wrist injury last year, there's injuries popping up. The oblique right now, I think, is what he's dealing with. Wow, Pickens going at pick 35 in this one. He gets and goes in the third round of the team with who brought up Chase Brown to the 14th overall pick. I mean, Genty fell to 17. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, JB Snooze? Who's winning tomorrow? Is it Scotty Scheffler or can Cantlay and Fleetwood hold him off? I don't know if they can. Fleetwood's never won a tournament on the PGA Tour, just the DP. Cantlay can get it done, but I mean, it's Scotty freaking Scheffler, right? McCaffrey, Achane, Mike Evans. This feels like a perfect worthy team. I like Hurts there too, but I'm gonna have to push a little bit. Ooh, I don't have Hurts with these guys. DJ Moore, McLaurin. I'm gonna go Xavier Worthy. I think Worthy's a nice piece there. Pick 42 seems about right. For some reason, if Worthy was gone and it was the choice to take either Cook or Henderson, I might take one of those, or I might just be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to stick with the two running backs and take the elite QB. But in this situation, I passed on Hurts there. Did my man in the 6th spot a huge favor where he has Barkley and AJ Brown. He then grabs Jalen Hurts. So, I mean, maybe you can get it done with an insanely heavy draft capital like Eagles stack. I think that's hard to do, but if you told me I could have Gibbs and Amon-Ra Amon-Ra St. Brown in the same team, I'd probably want to do that. I just probably wouldn't take Jameson Williams. But then would I get Goff later? Yeah, and I'd pull him up like a whole round. And maybe even Laporta later too, and just get wild with it. I like some of the onslaughts like that. Yeah. Yeah, Keegan Bradley could be clutching up. They've been talking about Keegan Bradley a bunch, the whole narrative with the Ryder Cup and what's on the line. JJ Spawn has been a dude this year. He's going to be fun to watch in the Ryder Cup for sure. Just an animal. I mean, if he wouldn't have lost at, let me make this pick. Okay. If Spawn would have, if he could have beat, I want to go Harvey here on this team. Devonta Smith. Smith seems pretty good. He's injured though. I'll take Devonta Smith. I'm a little bit worried about injury, but let's hope he gets over it in time. He's a guy that can have huge weeks and string them together real nice. So I need another good receiver there. I'll push Harvey. I don't need Harvey as much on this team. So if he comes back around, I'd be surprised. But that's where I was getting him a lot of the summer. Would be a nice correlation with Worthy, but we'll just see. Like Buka could have been interesting there. Yeah, Harvey goes. At TPC Sawgrass, the players, if Spawn could have held off Rory, that would have been like even more monumental for his season. But Rory's been having a great season too. So Ryder Cup's gonna be so fun. Yeah, I know exactly. That's what I was thinking too. Xander's had a rough go this year. Colin Morikawa's had a rough go. You have guys stepping up like JJ Spawn. Apparently, Shiloh Sanders just got ejected from a preseason game for throwing a punch at a Bills player. That's not good for making the team. Golden here is interesting. Pacheco is actually really nice. I might have to do it. I've got a bunch of Golden. I still want to take Golden, but Pacheco's been looking really good. Gives me a team stack with Worthy here. I might not want to miss out on. Adunze is still there. Okay, shout out to Hartman on this one. I'm coming around. Right at the end of the summer. I'm gonna take Adunze as my wide receiver 4. I think my wide receiver 4 with Adunze just seems really strong. Gives him some option. Like I don't think Caleb Williams is that good. I don't think he's that bad. But Adunze could pay off as a wide receiver 4 in this build, and I get the week 17 with San Francisco. Pacheco would have been super nice there for the team stack with Worthy, but McCaffrey and HN can hold it down. And I think I can get some running backs later that I like and build this to be like a 5 running back build. Gives me one more stacking partner too. I mean, I might be able to get Mahomes. I might be able to get Baker, maybe Purdy. Can definitely get Tua if I want him. Can definitely get Caleb if I really want him. That's so funny. Yeah, so true, Cobra. I mean, he has to play, right? Come on. He has to play. Yeah, I know, but still, everyone wants to see Keegan play, and he's good enough. The dude can compete. He's had a good run the last 2 seasons. Pacheco, Pollard, Montgomery all go. That's kind of like a tier for me. So, kind of hate that would happen. Do I go Hawkinson here? It's a little early. Mahomes is a little early. I could do Jaden Reed. Be really strong at wide receiver. I don't always take Aaron Jones. Is this an Aaron Jones team? I don't think so. I'm going to cross my fingers that I can get. I have so many QB outs if I take Reed there. So I'm just going to say, like, can I get Mahomes to come back around to 90? Although the drafter here has Rice. Yeah, I bet he takes Mahomes right now. Whatever. It's a little expensive for Mahomes. It's the cheapest we've been able to draft Mahomes ever, essentially, but it's still expensive. Top 7 pick. The double anchor running back and then drafting 5 straight wide receivers. This seems like a team that I would have drafted last year or the year before. This is right up my alley. I think it's a fun way to do it. I've got a 2-5 build with McCaffrey, Achane, Mike Evans, Xavier Worthy, Devonta Smith, Roma Dunze, Jaden Reed. Feeling good, feeling balanced. Achane and Devonta Smith are both injured, so is Jaden Reed. So you don't love that. I keep drafting all these injured players. Like, what's up? This should be a Mayfield team, I think. Oh, son of a bitch. Mayfield goes. I like Mark Andrews. And I think that's how I play it. Otherwise, I could do Knicks. I don't want to pull him up, though. I want Knicks to fall back to me. Purdy would be in that range, too. Charbonnet here's a little bit early. I'm going to go Mark Andrews. Just a guy, a stud. So I failed to get Mahomes or Baker Mayfield. You hate to see it. I also would have taken Jordan Mason there, pick 90, but I'll pass on guys like Jalen Warren. Maybe I can get Charbonnet to come back around. For most of the summer, Charbonnet was going closer to pick 115, 120. So taking a pick 90 doesn't seem incredibly smart. So I was kind of at the end of a QB tier there, the end of a running back tier, but right in the middle of a tight end tier. So I'll do that. I'm a tier based drafter. That's kind of what I'm going for here and building out these teams and trying to make good picks each round. That keeps my options open for later in the draft. I'm not trying to box myself into one given path or direction, with my first couple picks or like before the draft starts. I'm trying to be fluid, go with it. Yeah, a five running back build. I think we can do it with five. So I'm gonna wait and get some guys late that I like. Maybe I did draft Bill in the last one when I had a huge bet on the Commanders. I don't know if I have that same huge bet on the Commanders. Yeah, appreciate that. I got to land it though. Damn, Purdy goes. Knicks goes. Another guy I would have considered. I can take Dak unstacked here. I don't think I will. I think I'll go Charbonnet, or I could do Loveland. I could even do Evan Ingram. Godwin's there. I'm gonna push him again. Burden's there. Let me go Charbonnet because he's kind of I have him mixed in right around here. Like I said, he usually goes a little bit later in these drafts, but 9, 10, 11, what's the difference? And I'm going to need to take a QB at some point. Whether it's, I could just, like, if Dak is still there, my next pick, I'm going to take Dak and then figure it out. Goff doesn't really fit this team, but Caleb would. Same thing with Drake May, would just fit fine. Drake May goes, Fields goes. I think Dak's gonna be there, and I'm not gonna pass up Dak Prescott to take Caleb Williams. I feel like I should because I have the Roma Dunze stack, but Dak is just better. If Dak goes, I'll take Caleb. If Dak's there, I'm taking Dak. I'm taking Dak Prescott here, and then there's a chance that just Caleb comes back around, or I do something with Love who can come back around. Tua later. Early in best ball, early in the summer in these best ball mania drafts, Dak was going around pick 120, 125. You can see some people getting him around pick 140, but I think in this range is fine right now. His floor and his ceiling is both, it's so high for Prescott. So even though I don't have the stack right on this team so far, I can figure it out with, at the very least, hope I can land Ferguson. And I don't know if I want to take Ferguson at 127 or just push him to 138. I feel like I might be able to get lucky. A lot of the teams on my right have tight ends except for BTFD. I don't know if it's worth risking it. 127 is a little bit early for Ferguson. It's not terrible, though. We'll see how many quarterbacks and tight ends are available at pick 127. Because I'm still going to take Love or Caleb Williams if either one of them's there. And then if they're not, I would consider pivoting to Ayuk. Ferguson goes 123, so whatever. I don't even care. Like I'll figure out something to do with Dak later. Kind of makes it easier for me to get a QB now. Love going, that hurts a little bit, but it looks like Caleb might come back around. I think the drafter who took, I was going to say DJ Moore just passed on Caleb and took Hollywood Brown. Incredible. Okay, so Caleb is there. Let me show you all what's available here. Pick 127. I'm going to go Caleb. Jared Goff is still there. I think is also kind of a crime that he's there. But Caleb Williams, my QB2. To go with Dak. 2-3-5-1 build. I would have liked Purdy. I would have liked Prescott. Sorry, not Prescott. Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield. None of those guys none of those guys made it to my pick. Robinson goes 126. Probably the worst pick on the board right now. 128. Bill went 106 right after I took Charbonnet and after Dobbins. I put out a short today. I was literally giving advice to tell people to take JCM, aka Bill, right around the Charbonnet and Dobbins range, and that's exactly where he goes in this Best Ball Mania draft. So could have taken my own advice. It might be nice to have Bill on this squad to go with my Cowboys correlation that I'm building up, but at the same time, it's all good. Yo, what up, BP? Yeah, I drafted Rome, and then I stacked him with Caleb Williams. You love to see it. Let's go. Okay, this is the shipper. This is the one that's going to win right now. Let's land this plane. 138 and Jared Goff's there. Do I just take him? You know me. I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to see if I can push Blue. I don't remember where Blue went in the last draft. Some people are scared about the ankle. I'm not. But I think I might be able to push Blue. Samson goes. People are catching on to that. I could use a running back. I'm good at wide receiver. Do I pull up Eckler? No way. Might just be Blue. Or do I take Jared Goff? I have no way to get to Goff, though. It's kind of sucky. Herbert either. I'm going to go Blue. I just know what time it is. 12th round Blue. Even though they say he's totally fine. I've seen all of the coach speak coming out of Blue. Totally fine. Not worried about the ankle injury. But I get my stack there with Prescott, so that feels good. And I needed a running back. Gives me a 4th running back. We'll circle back to receiver at some point, but I've got 5 studs. Considered maybe Kincaid there. He's the exact same bye week as Mark Andrews. Didn't really fit this team so much. And I don't want to pull up Eckler to 138, even though he might deserve to go there now. I drafted a ton of Eckler in the 170s the entire summer. One of my higher exposed players, too. I wonder what it's at right now. I feel like I haven't drafted him in a while. Only 12% Eckler right now, but like all of those are at ADP 160 plus at the earliest. If Goff is there at 151, snap draft him. Here we go. Yeah, we still have a bunch of picks left. We have 6 picks left to go. We need one more tight end, a few more receivers, and maybe one more running back. I think we can do it. Smashing Roman drafts. I think, the coach speak is there. It's sounding good. Goff at 147. What the hell are we doing, people? Why are we letting this drafter get Goff at 147? He has Montgomery, so he does have some team correlation at least. But like to draft Brenton Strange ahead of Jared Goff, like what the hell are we doing? People forget Jared Goff, one of the best quarterbacks in the entire league last season, on one of the highest scoring on the highest scoring team. What are we doing? Palmer here seems decent. I said I wanted to circle back to wide receiver. This could be the place, the time to do it here. I don't love the tight ends. I don't love the running backs. I don't need a QB. I think I'm going to go Palmer. I did. Went Palmer. I think he's totally fine. Maybe he does have some nice chemistry on his first year with the Bills. And we know Shakir's injured right now. To me, this also feels like a 2 QB build with Dak and Caleb. Or I throw in... I should have thrown in Tua. Damn, that should have been a Tua pick at 151. I totally just slept on Tua there. Now I could throw in a late Sam Darnold to go with Charbonnet, and then I can try to get Horton with one of my next picks. Damn, that should have been a Tua pick. I totally forgot about Achane. I have Tua a little bit lower in my rankings. I just didn't even see him there. That's pretty bad. Should have gone Tua. Tesla, bro. Yeah, I can hit Tesla too. Hey, Rome has been falling, right? Rome has been falling, so might as well. Let's set this up. I've got a really strong wide receiver room. So I can afford to kind of reach on a guy like Horton like this just a little bit and bring him up. And then it sets me up for Darnold later. I already have Charbonnet. So even if I don't get Darnold, I have a team stack. I think Horton gives me that rookie wide receiver upside I'm looking for on this team that's already so strong. And I might just be done at 7 wide receivers. I said I would do like a 5 running back build, but I can't even think of a reason to not take more running backs if my receivers are this solid. Maybe it's with the tight ends. All right. It's weird to be excited to be looking forward to getting Sam Darnold, but I would like Sam Darnold to come back around and pick 175. He should be there. I think the bench risk on Darnold is a lot lower than what I was originally expecting. So my interest in Darnold was like, it was decent early in the summer, and then it completely went away, and now I'm back interested. Their offensive line doesn't look too bad. They're going to run the hell out of the ball, right? Ground and pound, the defense, the whole Mike McDonald coaching scheme and idea there. They got Kubiak, right? So they're going to run the ball a ton, some play action passing to take pressure off Sam Darnold. It could be actually a nice situation for him if it's a typical Kubiak scheme with the play action passing. We saw the OG Kubiak running the play action pass, like Shanahan style coaching tree scheme in Houston, and we had Matt Schaub lead the league in passing. I don't think Darnold can do that, but Darnold was decent last year with the Vikings in a nice setup. So can the Seahawks surprise? Let's find out. That's hilarious. What were you doing in a penthouse in Vegas, BP? I don't even want to know. Or do I? Actually, I'm interested. Okay, Darnold's there. Ollie Gordon goes. Not the right team for me to get Gordon because I've got Achane, but Ollie Gordon's a fun click. Sam Darnold. And then if I get Ertz to come back around, would be nice. He's falling, so that's a good pick there. ADP would have me take even Tillman with the next pick. He's falling a bunch. Ertz can't do likely. Johnny Smith, I'm not excited about. Thielen, I've got a bunch of him. Okay, Ertz goes, whatever. I need another tight end, though. It's getting late. And I like my wide receiver room. Maybe it is just one more running back. 3 picks left, at least one tight end, and then 2 luxury picks. Let's go. Jonnu at 186 or JT Sanders, both are kind of fun. JT Sanders with the bring back week 17. Are you guys drafting Jonnu? Are you guys drafting Jonnu? Maybe I can get both. Who are the running backs here that I like? No one really. Think I push it. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jonnu. I think it's too easy. It's too obvious. He's way more proven, right? Don't make it hard. He fell a little bit. The ADP's never been cheaper for Jonnu. Oh, and the Samson. Oh no, now we're talking about Mahomes. Yeah, could be good. Could be good. There we go. BP. Not surprised. A week before the Natty versus Texas. This is my final. The week before New Year's Eve. I was there. I was in New Orleans on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day for the college football semifinal game, Texas versus Washington, where Rome Odunze played, if that's what you're talking about. It was a fun game until they lost. Adonai Mitchell almost caught that ball in the end zone. Fourth quarter, Texas could have won. Sounds like a Seattle man. That checks out. I spent some time in Seattle. I've been to Seattle about once a month for like the last 4 years, but I'm in Houston. But I work a lot in Seattle. It's a fun place to visit. Really good food, good seafood if you're into that. Okay. Just a Giddens ass team. Just a Giddens ass team. Just a Giddens team. JT Sanders was still there. I probably should have grabbed him. I'll take Giddens first. Thielen's still there. That's pretty weird too. I think I'd obviously go Thielen first. Coker was there. Man, maybe I should have just pushed Giddens. That was ridiculous. I didn't realize I could have gotten Coker or Thielen or JT Sanders, all bringbacks against Seattle week 17 and guys that I like to draft. Do I need that receiver though? I need. He does, right? That's the whole thought. I think so too, right? I think he can. We saw Tua leaning on him last season, and then the Dolphins QB situation was bad, but I guess it was just the Dolphins QB room, not just Tua. Oh, Rashard Smith. I'm not surprised. That's funny. There we go. Had a pretty good game. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't think I've ever like run into any people. So when I was in college at Texas, the rumors were that Johnny Manziel would come out to Austin almost every weekend. So like almost every week, like before his games. Okay, Thielen or JT Sanders. Let me just take a quick look at this wide receiver room. The tight ends are fine with Andrews and so I think I do take, because I've got Smith injured, Reed injured. I'm gonna go Thielen, whatever. I easily could have taken JT Sanders. I think Thielen's fine. Super big discount on him there. People are afraid the Coker rise. I'm cool with Thielen. The dude scores touchdowns, puts up fantasy points. Also, just had his birthday the other day. Happy birthday, Adam Thielen. The receiver room is it's good and it's deep, so I can float the injuries on Reed Smith for a while. If Palmer doesn't do much, if Horton doesn't get on the field because he's still injured too, Thielen covers. Tight ends don't matter, so don't go 3 tight ends there. I already have the 3 QBs, and then the running back room is anchored. Achane hurt too, so Blue a little bit hurt, banged up. Achane calf injury, yikes. I need Charbonnet to come in with Walker injured, and then Giddens is totally contingent, but kind of a fun click, and I don't do it that often as much as I should. Oh, but I was saying about Manziel. So the rumors was, and like I've seen pictures, Manziel would be playing in College Station on Saturdays. but he'd be in Austin on a given Monday, Tuesday, whatever night, Friday night. He'd be in Austin, going to 6th Street, going out to bar. I don't know if he's going in public because people would have recognized him, but he was going around to private parties. Oh, really? That's hilarious. I mean, Penix can just carry an offense, right? Kind of my whole argument for the Falcons this year, besides the fact that they're kind of already set up for success with the skill position players they have, the weapons. Apparently, offensive line's good but banged up, and then improving the defense through the draft. Michael Penix Jr. is just him. I think so too, Paul. I think so too. Worst case scenario, he gets traded to the Vikings. Sign me up. You've met him too. I'm not surprised with your stories. Perfect. Those are the pictures I've seen too. Yeah, great guy by all accounts. Likes to have fun. Yo, what up, Corbin? Taking Malik in the first. Malik Neighbors. Should I pair him with Achane or Bucky? So if you're talking about like redraft, we saw Bucky Irving go ahead of Achane in this one. I took Achane at pick 18. I still have Achane personally ranked at pick 16, and I've got Bucky a bit further down at 21. I got Genty at 13. I got Henry at 15. So I moved Henry ahead of Achane right now. Even though I don't love doing that, I'd probably still take Achane over Henry much more frequently, and Henry doesn't seem to fall that much. But the calf injury for Achane is a little bit concerning. It's a lot a bit concerning. I'm willing to risk it in the second round on Achane. I think the upside is still so good, but it's your call. I would say it's to me, I can't blame you for going Bucky Irving over Achane if you're really worried about the calf or the injury or the Dolphins not being a good team. And that kind of cripples Achane's upside. Even though he has a super high floor with the number of passes that he catches, we could see Bucky in line for a huge increase in his role too, kind of like we saw down the stretch last year, but even more so. So, and then you can make the argument for Chase Brown too, right? So, okay, this team, I'm going to recap it real quick, and then I'm going to go get some water. I'll run a clip. We'll do another draft right after. We'll keep it going. We're going to keep it going. We'll keep ripping drafts tonight. We've got 32 watching, only 23 likes. Help me out. Hit that like. Make sure you're subscribed. Come say what up in the chat. We've added 2 subscribers since the start of the stream, and we've done 2 drafts. We got to do better than that. I'm trying to get to 500 subs in the next 10 days before the start of the NFL season. Let's do it. So if you're watching this, if you're new to the channel, hit that sub. Let's get it. We've been drafting teams all summer. Come into the chat, say what up, and ask us your fantasy football draft questions. We got all the strategies, a bunch of really, really sharp drafters hang out around the channel in the community here. So it's not just me. You got a whole community of people who can answer your questions. Come hit us up. 3582 build with Dak, Caleb Williams, Darnold. I got McCaffrey and Achane. Yeah, I'm worried about the calf, but I'll still take him. Pick 18. Charbonnet, maybe should have taken Bill there. Who knows? Jaden Blue, I'm not worried about anything. I'm drafting Blue aggressively. DJ Giddens, Evans Worthy, Devonta Smith, Roma Dunze, Jaden Reed. The wide receivers and then the 2 anchor running backs is really like the crown, like the pillars of this team, like the keystone. And then I've got just pieces, right? Palmer, Horton, Thielen, Mark Andrews, Jonnu Smith. Gets it done. I'm going to run a clip, and then I'll be back shortly. Yeah, deal me in, nose. Hit that like. I'll be back in a second. Let me get some water, and I'll be back after. Let's run a long clip. Which one's long? I'm just going to do T-Mac. I'm going to run the T-Mac clip, and then we'll do another draft shortly. Let's go. I'll be back in 1 sec, and we'll rip some more drafts. Let's go. Let's go. I'd go Bucky. Yeah, people are thinking Bucky. People are thinking Bucky. What's up, Al Boog? How we doing tonight? Happy Saturday to all. Thanks for being here. Smash the like button. Let's get those like numbers up. Let's get those sub numbers up. I'm going to hit the refresh and see if we got any. The likes are doing pretty good. Likes are doing pretty good. We've only added 2 subs since the start of the stream. We got to get more than that. We got to stay on pace. I'm trying to get to 500 subs in the next 10 days. Let's get those numbers up. Make sure you're subbed. 30 watching, 31 watching, 27 likes. That's pretty good. Pretty good, but I appreciate y'all being here, chilling with me. Let's rip another Best Ball Mania 6. I've got 26 left, including the one I just entered. Hey, if you're ready, if you're willing, if you want to go up against want to go up against a great one. Can't even say that without like laughing, but only 2 out of 12 advance in these Best Ball Manias. If you want to compete for 1 out of 11 spots, come on and get in the draft. That's all I have to say. Why draft Neighbors when you can draft Brian Thomas Jr. though? Yeah. But also, these tournaments, it's not season long, right? It comes down to 1 week. So in 1 week, can Brian Thomas Jr. be the guy you need? Can he get it done? Can he get it done consecutively from weeks 15, 16, and 17? Yes. So you just want to be equally exposed to all of the good players that can get you there, unless there's some reason to fade them, injury, whatever else going on. All right, we got P Punch in the 4 spot. What up, AJ? We got myself in the 3. We got Deal Me in the 6. And then if you're in here, if you're watching and you're in the room, come say what up. Let us know where you're at. I'll rip this one. I'm nervous. I got P Punch next to me. He's a very sharp drafter. Deal Me in here, number 6. So we're the front half of the board. At least we're all in the front 6 spots. We get some nice draft picks here. From the 103, what do I want to do here? I've got 9% Chase, 7% Bajan, 14% Lamb, 5% Barkley, 10% Gibbs. So I'll take Bajan if he's there. If not, I'm probably going to just go CeeDee Lamb. A little bit behind on Barkley. Doesn't feel bad, doesn't feel great. Okay, well, it's a Bajan team. Let's go. Then Corbin's saying, can go London with Malik too instead of Achane or Bucky. Yeah, could definitely grab London there. It's pretty nice. I think you could do running back in round 2, but you're gonna have a pretty good shot at getting a running back you like in round 3. Whether you're a Kyron guy, a Hampton guy, you like James Cook just fine. If you're all in on Breece Hall, some people are. Those guys should be around where your next round 3 pick would be. But I do agree with you that the running back quality is a bit higher in round 2, and then the wide receivers are very flat from like round 3 to round 5. Just There's not a huge differentiator. There's some older wide receivers who are proven, like Mike Evans, Dante Adams, maybe Tyreek Hill's falling there. Then there's a bunch of younger guys who have been good but not great. You know, Xavier Worthy, Garrett Wilson, JSN. But London's also a fun pick. Yo, what up, Putt Daddy? How's your Saturday night going, my friend? How we doing? Yes, sir. AJ's in this draft. I mean, it makes sense. He was a stud in college, had a stud rookie season. Yeah, Brian Thomas has definitely got a insanely high ceiling, but so does Neighbors. Maybe Neighbors' target quality improves year over year with better quarterback play too. Sounds about right for Brian Thomas. He's kind of in that range. Yo, what's up, Sean? Oh, Sean. Oh, didn't even see. Yeah, Sean's in here. Sean Archie in the 8 spot. What's up, brother? Got the Justin Jefferson in the AJ Brown. That's a fun combo. I like that when I can get it. Okay, Bajan. Let me check my combination tool. Shout out to bestballoverlay.com. Check it out if you haven't already. If you're drafting best ball teams, you can use bestballoverlay.com premium subscription, 25% off with code Garage. And you can use the tools that's overlaid here. My exposures, playoffs, week 17, the unique combination tool. I mean, I've gotten Bajan with everyone. It's going to be Jacobs or Jonathan Taylor. I'll just go JT. Let's keep it simple. I like Jacobs a lot, though. Yo, what's up, ARB? You got Brian Thomas Jr., Cook, Kamara, and Jacobs. Nice. Very nice. Trying to trade for Bucky, but the guy wants BTJ. Should I do that? I would have... No. Ridley Sutton and DK at wide receiver, that's not enough to get it done. You got to keep Brian Thomas. We're all in on Brian Thomas here. We think Brian Thomas is a superstar. BP's weighing on Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas over Bucky. I think your running back room is plenty strong with Cook, Kamara, and Jacobs. You're good. You're definitely good. I am going to go Jacobs here because if I can get Bajan, JT, and Jacobs on the same team, I want that. If I check the combo tool, I could have checked it before it happened, but Bajan with JT. What did I just unselect? Let me do this real quick. Okay, Bajan with JT, and then how many times I've got those guys combined? I've only ever drafted them with... I've never drafted them with Josh Jacobs, 0% for that pairing of 3, or that grouping of 3. Looks like the other time I did it, I'm trying to figure out, I took him with Terry McLaurin. So it's been a long time, and DJ Moore. So that's when Terry McLaurin and Calvin Ridley. So that's, like I said, when Terry McLaurin used to be a 3rd-round pick. That's the beginning of the summer. I must have taken Terry McLaurin there. I must have gotten Bajan around, I don't know, somewhere over here. Took Terry McLaurin, took DJ Moore, one of the other first. They both used to go in round 3-4 range. And then the Calvin Ridley. So you can see how things have changed. ADP shifted. It's been a really long time, apparently, this summer since I've drafted Bajan with JT. Let me throw in some Josh Jacobs. And this could be a hyper fragile build, which I do like to get into this time of the year. I mean, BP, you could say that, but we've never seen it from T-Law. Russell Wilson has had so many more higher ceiling seasons passing, especially with touchdowns, than T-Law has. So, I mean, it's obvious. The obvious answer is T-Law, but when you really look into it, Russell Wilson's been better. There we go. Hud Daddy's in the thick of it. Love it. I love auction. Yeah, I have my auction draft in a week. Hell yeah, buddy. Hope you nailed those ones. Let me know who you got. Did you do like stars and studs? That's what I like to do. I like to get an elite QB, elite tight end if I can. All right, DJ Moore, probably the pick here. Brees Hall falls, but I can't take Brees Hall on this team. And then it's either JMO or DJ Moore. I'm gonna go ahead and take DJ Moore. Typically, I would think Jamison Williams, but for my wide receiver 1, I want a guy who's been there before and can do that on his team. Yeah, we know Roma Dunze is ascending. Luther Burden just got drafted, Colston Loveland. So a lot of target competition. Wow, James Conner goes at 47. But DJ Moore can be a guy. I thought JMO would go. Josh Allen there. So Burrow's going to continue to fall. P-Punch goes Henderson right before me. But it's been hard to start with 4 straight running backs and then have a really effective team. Just the opportunity cost there. Missing out on these receivers. Okay. DK, Sutton. I'll take DK. Get different. Trying to get guys that can be alphas on their team. I don't know if I love that pick. Ridley would have been kind of nice, but that's similar to how I built it out before, and I got Ridley in the 6th round. Sutton could have been fine there. Maybe should have done Sutton over Metcalf. We'll see. Maybe Rodgers just leans on Metcalf all season. Yeah, Putt Daddy, let me know how those auctions went. I'm prepping for my auction next week. It's going to be fun. Ours is super flex, and then 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. No kicker, no defense. Yo, what's up, Connor? Thoughts on stacking Jay Jettis and Hawkinson? I like it. No, because I think it's still a good bet. It's a team bet. They're going to be a good offense, good offensive line, decent, quality defense, good coaching. So you have all these things lining up. I like it. I do that sometimes. And even if you don't have McCarthy there, I'm hopeful. By all accounts, everyone who's in the know, they love McCarthy, right? They're bought in. So I'm there with you. I'm cool with that. Yeah, that's a fun 3, right? So I have to strategically get wide receivers from here on out. I don't love how I started with DJ Moore and Metcalf. They're not 2 guys that I draft that much, but in this situation, I think it makes sense. BP has a good point there for Connor Kraft. That's so funny, and it's true. Hey, I would love to get paid to not coach. That's like the Ed Orgeron kind of thing. It's like every coach that gets fired from a school, whether it's A&M, LSU, just paying these coaches and not to coach for them. What a gig. All right, let's see what we can do to get lucky here. Pacheco's going to be there, and I love clicking Pacheco, but it's not the team for him. It's going to be either Olave or Diggs or even Addison. Oh, come on. Olave goes. Diggs goes. Fuck. Swift, Addison, Judy, Myers, Jennings. I'm going Addison. The dude's a stud. I'll be back week 5 at least. Hurts to do it because, like, I keep saying this, but I keep drafting Addison. He's going to miss 4 out of the first 6 games, 3 on suspension in this week 6 bye. So he's only playing week 4 and week 5. But the dude's a stud. He can get it done. We're trying to win week 17, so let's do it. P-Punch takes Diggs. Diggs would have been nice there for this team. I'm not going to go Montgomery, so at least that saves me. I don't have to go Pacheco there. I would have considered Pacheco. I would even take Reed here. Myers, Jennings, Reed. Let me think. I think I'll go Myers. Should I go Myers? Should I go Jennings? Let's go Jacoby. And then QB wise, I could do something with Penix later, which I really want to do to get Love. Caleb, which I just drafted in the last one. Aaron Rodgers is a bailout last pick. JJ McCarthy. And then Geno Smith, kind of a bailout pick too. So I've got some nice late options. Just like the last draft, I had 2 running backs and 5 straight receivers. This one I go 3 running backs, 4 straight receivers for my first 7 picks. I've definitely got a type today. Okay, and then also in honor, and I'll catch up with you all in a second in the chat, but in honor of AJ taking Stephon Diggs, I'm going to roll the Diggs clip. I dropped a short with this clip earlier today. It got like 2K views on the YouTube shorts, which is like really good for one of my shorts. Don't get a ton of views. I mean, I don't even have 500 subs, but you guys can help me out. Make sure you're subbed to the channel. If you haven't subbed already and you're watching and you're new, and I haven't been able to convince you just by watching me draft, maybe this clip, which I put together myself, will convince you to sub to the channel. Let's get it.
Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Diggs is the guy.
Diggs. 100%. I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
There's actually seems to be a few guys that don't think that.
Right? That's exactly what I want for my wide receiver 1. That's the kind of attitude. He's got that dog. He's on a boat. Doing who knows what with who knows who. BP's probably been on that same boat. Me too. Me too. I need to get more Addison, even more. I'd roll the Addison clip, but Bindles put some really nice music on it that gets copyright marked, flagged, and so I haven't been playing the Addison clip. But it's like I might have to play it. It's like one of my favorite clips. Oh yeah, for Russell Wilson. Dang, that's fun. I got Allen last year in my auction, and it paid off. Henry, Lamb, wow, nice. Diggs is just that guy. Hartman knows. All right, pick 94 coming up. What can I do here? Andrews would be sweet. Kelsey seems fine, but I don't love it. Higgins is fine. Not a Purdy team. Godwin's actually interesting. Let me go. Should I just take Mark Andrews again? I have a ton of Mark Andrews. Yeah, I have 18% Mark Andrews. Guys, what are we doing? We're drafting Mark Andrews at pick 100. Are we trying to win money or not? He's on the Ravens. He's good. He was injured last season. He had a car accident last season. He still had a career high 11 touchdowns. I think the offense still goes through him to a large degree, especially in the red zone. I hopefully I can get one of Jaden Higgins, who I was getting all summer at pick 120. So like getting there at 96 is fine. I still was doing it, but I don't need him there. Godwin at 99 would be pretty sweet. We see Bill go 97. We'll hit the song in a minute. Can I get Godwin? Godwin would fit this team. We've got some early buys. Yeah, maybe he's back by week 2. Maybe he's back by week 5. Got the suspension with Addison. Let me just stack up players who aren't going to play on this team. That's the way to win. Guys who just aren't even hitting the field. But no, Godwin, give me a piece of that offense. I have a DK Metcalf clip too, but Bindles put too many songs from his workout playlist on these clips, and they get copyright marked. But maybe we should just roll it anyways. Yo, what's up, Pat? How we doing, brother? Get this man to 500. Let's do it. Let's do it. I know Pat likes that Diggs clip. Oh, let's run the Bill clip in honor of him getting drafted at pick 97 in this one. That's not Bill running down the sideline. That's Bill running up these draft boards all the way at pick 97 in Best Ball Mania. This is peak. This is peak Best Ball Summer degenerate behavior, chasing up a 7th round rookie. But hey, we see Brian Robinson get traded. Essentially, he's toast. So that sucks. I liked the Commanders offense, so I was drafting Brian Robinson Jr. just because he was on the Commanders. Now that he's on the 49ers, McCaffrey's healthy. Yikes. That PP's crazy. Can someone explain Warren over Loveland? I can't. I think they should go together. I've seen Warren going in the top 100 picks consistently for like the last week. And Loveland's still out of the top 110. Like, what's the difference? Loveland is so good too. Yeah, who's pushing this? Oh, nice putt, Daddy. You got Bill. I was in a redraft with my brother. We're co-managing a league he's in with his buddies. We do it every year. And we got Bill at pick like 150, whatever, 156, whatever it is. The last skill position player pick we had to make before taking a kicker and a defense in his sleeper league with his buddies. And we get Bill at the last pick. My brother's like, tell me about this guy. And I'm like, just wait. The very next day was that week 2 preseason game where first, Rodriguez is starting. And my brother's like, okay, what's going on? I'm like, maybe he's sitting out because of the shoulder. I don't know. The very next drive, Bill scores that touchdown that's in the highlight there. So, and then from then on out, it's like the floodgates have busted loose. Bajan, Taylor, Jacobs. I need a QB at some point. Who did I say I was going to take? I could take McCarthy here with Addison. Caleb's gone. My ranks would be like Scattaboo, Goff, and Joku. I can't really get to Goff that easily. I can backstack him with Tesla, and I think I will if he's still there with my next pick. But I also want to consider Love because I've got Jacobs. It's just kind of a nice pairing. I've already got that bring back with Andrews. I think Kraft was gone, though, wasn't he? Kraft was gone, which is why I'll go McCarthy here, and then Love or Goff. Yeah, Goff goes. No surprise. Goff went 147 in the last draft. Completely bizarre. Like, what's going on? Scattaboo's nice. I don't think I need him on this team just yet. I'm going to keep pushing that running back. And there's no wide receivers I want here. It is the cliff. I'm going to go Jordan Love. Lock up my QB2. And then maybe get the QB3 with like Penix or super late Geno or Aaron Rodgers special. Feeling good. Double tapping QB there, I think, works out. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, you got him in the auction. I know what you're saying. I'm curious to see, like, what did you guys pay for him in the auction? Because I think my budget's also 250. It might just be 200. I can't exactly remember. I think it is. I think our budget is 250. We might have voted to increase it to 250, but I think it's just 200. The budget we've been doing the last 5 years. We've done our auctions, 6 years, whatever. Probably longer than that. We converted to auctions a while ago. It's been super fun. Yeah, what did Bill go for? Was everyone in on him? I mean, even if one other person's in on him, it could really chase the price up. bears disrespect, you know. Yeah, the golf Tesla backstacks is a real thing. I've done it a bunch. Tesla is looking good, man. It's crazy. Love sniped. WTF. Yeah, what did Sean have? Sean had Reed. You didn't have Golden though, so just the Reed, but you had Craft, so you're setting it up. I mean, you should have taken, if you really wanted the double stack with Love, you gotta get him there at 113. You got greedy taking Loveland. But yeah, I'll stack up Jacobs with Love, even without Craft. Dobbs is pretty cheap, easy to get. I feel like Dobbs is dealing with his own injury, so he's not even the best pick for me in this team. I've got Godwin injured and out. I've got Addison missing games. But I got Moore, Metcalf hitting. Myers is good floor. And these guys come back. Addison, Godwin for spikes. I think I'm feeling all right at wide receiver. Tootin would have been fun on this squad. Blue goes, so not everyone's out. $142. I like Goddard. Ferguson's fine. Braylon Allen will be there. He's starting to get hyped up. He could be my RB4. Let's see. Both these drafters have tight ends. Let me push it here. And then Dobbs at 147 could make sense. I am going to go Braylon Allen. I guess I'm just liking what I'm hearing about his utilization, how they're going to use him. And then could stop with those 4 running backs, I think. Can JT and Braylon Allen hold it down in week 5? I also have DJ Moore and Metcalf out. Somehow I just had the worst combination of all of the different teams that are on bye in week 5, but I walked right into that one. Yeah, out of my first 5 picks, all of them besides JT are on a week 5 bye. Somehow I did that. Doesn't really matter though. At least Addison's back by then. Okay, I got lucky because I can either get, Ferguson or Goddard with my next pick. I'm going to go Goddard with Andrews. Seems pretty strong. And I don't have to take Dobbs. If he comes back at 166, perfect. If not, these wide receivers are so flat in this range. I'm not going to reach up and get Dobbs just for the love stack. Dobbs could lose his whole entire job. They could trade him. They said they're not going to trade him, but I've already got Jacobs with Love. That's somewhat of a connection that I can lean on. And if I get Dobbs, great. Only $11, but also at the same time, it depends on where you are in the draft. $11 could, I mean, I've seen players go for $11 in the first, 5 to 20 picks. And then I've seen players go for $11 when there's the last, 30 picks, and $11 means a lot more late in the draft. So I guess it depends what point in the draft you were to. But $11, if I'm assuming he went kind of later in the draft, that's a lot. That could be a lot for a player like that. You can essentially fill out both of your flexes for $11 most of the time. End up with a guy like Olave for $6 and whatever else. Throwing a Luther Burden for $5. Golden had a nice catch. Love to see it. I haven't seen that highlight yet. Wow. Geno Smith going 156. All right. Was that the team that team didn't even have Brock Bowers? So why are they taking unstacked Geno there? And they don't even take Dante Thornton. So what's going on? Horton goes 158. I've been seeing him go pretty high. I think that's a little bit high for him, but get your guys. Dobbs went 151, so not going to get lucky and see him come back around. I've been in drafts where Dobbs gone like 165, 170. It's not the craziest thing to think it could happen. Round 14 coming up. I've got 13 picks. I'm a 2-4-5-2 build. Probably time to circle back to receiver. Hollywood or Wandale or Thornton. Probably not Trey Harris. I've got a ton of Trey Harris at expensive prices. Just Hollywood Brown fit this team. Is he even healthy? He's practicing. Wandale, Thornton. I'll take a little ADP value there on Hollywood Brown. Scoop him up. Seems okay. Thornton, I can still do it. I've got Myers. Thornton's pretty intriguing. Shipley and Mitchell, both fun clicks for my final running back. I don't think I have to stop at 4, so I'm not even sure if I'm going with a third QB. I'm going to go Wandale here. Wandale is going to be playing. Gives me some coverage for these early weeks, especially these buys, but then like Addison being out, Godwin being out. I need a guy that's going to play a ton of snaps. Wandale fits the bill. And then he plays Minnesota in week 16. That helps a little bit. 17 against Myers not a problem either there. 2-4-7-2. I could have done Thornton. Maybe should have the team stacked up some of the Raiders receivers. If I could have landed Geno at pick 166, I would have definitely taken Thornton at 171. Rather get Thornton. Nice. Yeah, Thornton's pretty sick. Tall, fast, good camp, good preseason. I don't think he's flashed in the preseason games enough to like rise up the board so much, but he's a fun one. He's a fun pick in this range, 14-15 round. Fannin at 181. The team in the 12 spot's been just taking the most interesting picks. Chubb, Monangai, Fannin. Unstacked Geno. Does he have Genty? No, he doesn't have Genty. He doesn't have Bowers. I don't know what's going on there. He pulled up Pickens a little bit. He got a nice fall on Montgomery at 85. Tesla at 176 here. Wow. I've got a bunch of Tesla, so but he keeps rising. Oh, Thornton did have a touchdown today? Okay, I didn't catch that yet. Nice. I was going to do Shipley or Mitchell. Go Missile. Boom. Tie break towards the week 17 correlation with the Packers. And then slightly less bye week overlap, but that's not really a big issue. Rodgers went. Okay, that was my only player I was really considering, unless I do Danny Dimes, which would make a lot of sense. I could do Mitchell and Pierce late. Stick with the 2 tight ends. Tight ends don't matter. I've got a good setup for receiver. I've got my running backs figured out. This is a Danny Dimes team. Take him over Sam Darnold? Yeah, I can't really backstack Sam Darnold, can I? I don't have any Seattle pieces. So I'll go Danny Dimes there, and then if I can grab like Mitchell or Pierce with my last pick, would be cool. Otherwise, yeah, tight ends are not interesting. Noel's pretty fun. Ray is good, but I also have an issue with all my week 5 buys already. Malik Washington's interesting. Whittington's interesting. Running back wise, maybe Giddens on this team. Taj Brooks is fun anywhere. Quorum Hunter would actually fit going against Bijan in week 17. See what we get into by the time we get there. It's essentially a luxury pick. Alec Pierce does go. I bet you Adonai Mitchell also goes. So I'm not going to be able to stack Daniel Jones, but I don't really need to. I don't really even have Love stack. I've got Love just with Josh Jacobs, but he does catch some passes. Really, my big stack is Addison and McCarthy. So it's not like the most stacked team that I built. It's really just a team on the running backs I got early. Where did Penix go in this one? So also, Penix at 139 goes to the London drafter. No London for Deal Me In. He just likes Michael Penix. He took him with Pitts. That makes some sense. Take Pitts early like that. Penix would have had to have been there at 142. Would have been nice. Yeah, an incoming ADP spike for Thornton. Maybe he's going to rise. I've got a good amount of Thornton, I think. Feels like I do. I drafted him a decent amount. Do I really have that much in Best Ball Mania? Only 4%, but I think I've got more across all the tournaments. And there goes Mitchell. Hate to see it. I know. Week 17, Atlanta versus the Rams. It's a fun one. So you grab Higbee there, and then Wilson. Nice. I'm in on Emmanuel Wilson. I've been talking about him all summer. He's definitely the backup to Josh Jacobs. It's not Marshawn Lloyd, who's always injured. I feel like I don't need the extra running back, so I'm either going to go Noel or Whittington. I'm going to go Witt. We'll see if Whittington can be anything. He's kind of like a handcuff for Puka. But he definitely plays the Falcons in week 17. Could be enough. Really just making that bet that I can have a piece of that game. Could have done it with Hunter. Maybe should have done it with Hunter. If I was able to get Penix, not take Braylon Allen there, come back with Hunter, Jarquez Hunter late. I like this team though. It's pretty balanced. I got a lot of depth at wide receiver. I have a ton of firepower up front at running back. Bijan, Taylor, and Jacobs should carry. So this team has like a really high likelihood of advancing. And then as long as my combination of 3 QBs has a good enough floor, now it just comes down to pod luck weeks 15, 16, which I'm a little bit worried because at least I have guys who can spike. Like DJ Moore can just put up 30 points in a week and 40 points in a week and finish it. Addison can also do that. Godwin healthy maybe can get there. The rest of these guys are more flex fill-ins. The tight ends are good, but the running backs carry for sure. This is the kind of team where if I had to bet what are the odds this team advances, it's not just 1 out of 12 or 2 out of 12. I guess 2 out of 12 would be 1/6. So the odds this team advances is not like 1/6. To me, it's like 1/4. This is like a really good chance to advance team with Bijan, JT, and Jacobs. If those three guys are healthy all season, this team almost certainly advances. I think there's just enough floor with the 8 receivers and the 3 QBs to carry this if these guys are healthy. And I never say that. It's not like I'm not just bragging on this team. I don't even like this team that much. I wasn't able to stack McCarthy and more than just Addison. Wasn't able to stack Love too much. Daniel Jones is completely naked. I don't have that many good bringbacks. I don't have any Detroit pieces. I've got at least Keaton Mitchell and Mark Andrews for week 17 there. I guess I have a week 16 piece for McCarthy. I have a week 16 piece for Love. For Daniel Jones, I don't think I have any pieces. But it's just like a strong team with the running backs. And the tight ends are actually really strong too. Any given season, Mark Andrews, Goddard, I mean, top 6 options, top 10 options at worst. Yeah, what up, Nick? You'll snipe me? Bring it on. How we doing, brother? No way. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you know, Domian, I love that game. That Monday Night Football, Week 17, Atlanta Falcons hosting the Los Angeles Rams. But the question is that Stafford playing? Is that Stetson Bennett playing? Jimmy Garoppolo? How we doing, Nick Block? What are we drafting tonight? What are you getting into, brother? Where are we at? 3-5-8-2 team. I mean, I pretty much just reviewed it. This team's running backs are sick. Nice. Okay, we got 41 watching, 29 likes. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's boost those numbers up. We'll get into another draft soon. Also, we're at 484 subs. Added. I lost count. I think I was at 478 when I started streaming, or maybe I was at 482. I lost count, but we've added some subs. That's awesome. I'm trying to get to 500 before the start of the NFL season. We got like 10 days to go, whatever it is. If you're watching this, if you're new to the channel, make sure you're subbed. Doing live draft streams all the time. Draft strategy content. Drafted hundreds of teams this offseason, all summer long. The big boards, the best ball manias, redraft, dynasty startups, dynasty rookie. We've done high stakes teams on the FFPC. We've done it all and had a lot of fun doing it. And then also this Monday, shout out to the Fanspeak Network. They're hosting this Best Ball Jeopardy tournament. The semifinal between Neil Orfield. Have you ever heard of him? Dude's won $1 million playing fantasy football. Ever heard of him, Neil Orfield? Also notoriously the oldest man to ever stream 150 Best Ball Manias live last season. He's facing off against PPR Tyler Monday in their semifinal. I won my semifinal last week against Cody. And so I'm going to take on the winner of that matchup in the Jeopardy finals Monday night. So tune into the Fanspeak Network there. Make sure you follow me on Twitter here at FFB Garage. You'll know when I'm going live. And I always promote like all the other good stuff going around. I'll definitely be promoting that too. So like you'll be able to catch the Best Ball Jeopardy matchup if you follow me on Twitter. You also know when I'm going live anytime. But yeah, that's gonna be super fun Monday night. I think the semifinal for them starts at, let's just say, 9 Eastern or something. And then I think my matchup starts at 10 or 10:30 Eastern. So gonna be fun Monday night. That's coming up. Yeah, get this man to 500. Give away my shirt. Well, you know what's funny is notoriously I was saying when I get to 500 subs, I'm giving away one entry into Best Ball Mania, a $25 value to a subscriber who, wins the giveaway. And all you have to do is comment on any of my videos, any of my lives, any of my shorts. Every time a subscriber comments on my videos, starting about like 5 days ago, but going forward until I hit 500 subs, gets you an entry. So if you comment on 10 videos, 10 entries, 10 chances to win $25 an entry to Best Ball Mania. So that's what I'm doing as a $500 or a 500 subscriber giveaway. And we're getting really close. Hopefully it happens in the next week. But yeah, all that to say, like and subscribe. Let's get after it. Paul says that Bennett is back in Hotlanta for all the marbles. Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. The dude's a champ. I mean, he's looking pretty decent. He's looking pretty decent in his preseason action, right? I was surprised. People just thought like he couldn't hang. Couldn't get it done. But, you know, 2 natties with Georgia, right? Was it 2 natties or 1? I think it was 2. That's in Bennett. Wasn't it 2? Stetson Bennett won 2 natties. That's right. I knew it. It was 21 and 22. I remember. The dude's a champ. And then you see like a guy like Will Howard going to the Steelers. He might be the heir apparent. The dude's apparently from Pennsylvania and goes and plays for K-State for 4 years. Pretty decent. Plays for Ohio State 1 year, wins a natty. He was riding the back of a great defense, great offensive line, skill position players like Emeka Egbuka, Trayvon Henderson, Quinshawn Judkins. I can't. Oh, what's his name? What's his name? Jeremiah Smith. I always have to think about it for like a half second. Cardinal Tate's good too, but Jeremiah Smith. Nice. 485 subs. We're getting those numbers up. We're only 15 away. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to call it there. We did 3 drafts tonight, 3 Best Ball Manias. When I close it here, comment below. Let me know what position Drake Maye finishes QB overall on the season this year. Top 6, top 12, top 20, outside the top 20. Where does Drake Maye finish? And I'll catch y'all in another draft real soon. Appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.